Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is just a little bit of a recap of session 1 of the Sinlyn Trials. So first off, if you guys are watching this now and you haven't watched session 1 and you really would like the chance to watch it, there's going to be spoilers in this video, just to let you guys know. So first off, I want to talk about Devon's world. Personally, I just love it. I love the idea. The city is really cool. How there's like a natural gas underneath, and so they use the gas as their own natural gas lamps around the city. I love the idea. It kind of makes me feel like old stories I used to read like when I was a kid. How man's thought creates gods, or like man's thought creates good and evil. Like back when we were in session 0, I think it was Hark who asked Devon if we would ever go outside the city, will we see monsters in the fields and stuff. And Devon had kind of explained that more of areas where people thought bad things happened, out of that thought the bad things kind of came to be. And so because man thinks it's evil, it is evil, and because man thinks it's good. I think that's just an excellent idea. I find it awesome. So in session 1, we spent most of the session inside one of the god's temples, which is the god's name was Lux, or Lox, L-O-X, which is the god of secrets, and god of locks and secrets. And it was a very interesting encounter. We got to see a statue of Lox himself, which was a very kind of gruesome and detailed statue. Speaking of details, Devon did a great job of providing detail of the environment. We're playing theater of the mind only, which I always find it fun to kind of keep, some little bit of brain games to kind of build the world as Devon describes it, just kind of putting things in place as he describes it. I think that's a great fun exercise just for the mind. But the way he describes the environments, it gives it this awesome immersive feel. So we got to see Lox in the statue version of Lox. We got to kind of sneak around, and honestly, I can't tell you the last time I've actually snuck around like that. Normally there's always someone who just kind of wants to go, kick the door down and go cut everything up and kill everything. But Devon did tell us that this campaign was going to be an unforgiving one, which personally I thought that was a good idea. I thought that would be fun to do, because normally you're like, oh, we're level 1, he's not going to put anything in there that's going to kill us, we're just level 1. But Devon was like, no, if you see a guard, they're guarding something because they're good at guarding something, not just because they're just, oh, I want to be a guard, I want to work for the guard. And so that was very cool. We didn't actually have any combat in session 1, but there was a potential for it. One of the priests who was asleep the whole time we were there, he kind of gave us the stats, and he sounded like he was quite a few levels above us, and he could have probably killed us with just a couple spells. I think he had like 2 or 3 level 4 spells anyway. So yeah, he was gonna really do a lot of damage to us. So Blaze and Quinn, there are some pretty awesome characters. Blaze, very egotistical, but also very smart, which I think Saroon, he didn't see that coming at first, especially first meeting this guy. He's kind of blabbering on about how lucky and strong he is, and then next thing you know, he's helping solve some of the puzzles that are kind of boggling Saroon and Quinn. And Quinn is awesome too, very independent woman who's not afraid to go after what she wants. At least that's what Saroon and me as a player get at first, getting from session 1. So going back to Blaze, after session 1, I really feel as though Saroon sees Blaze almost as a version of his former self. Maybe not as strong or have as much metal as Blaze does, but I think the way Blaze thinks about life, how it's kind of like the world is for the taking, doesn't matter. Anyone else's opinion doesn't matter. It's all about me. How much fame can I get? How much money can I get? How powerful can I get? I feel like Saroon definitely had that kind of mindset whenever he was Blaze's age. And so I think, at least what I was feeling during session 1, was that Saroon kind of wanted to I guess in a way of redeeming himself, kind of turning Blaze towards the light before he gets too caught up in all that. And with Quinn, Sarun didn't interact with Quinn that much. Definitely want to interact with Quinn more in the future to kind of see what she's like. I know that he got some. There was a moment in the campaign where Quinn kind of passed out due to unknown reasons, and she woke up screaming the name Gabriel. Sarun's very curious as to who Gabriel is, just because his name's not Gabriel. And well, maybe Blaze's name isn't really Blaze. He doesn't really know that, so he's definitely going to want to figure that out in the next couple sessions, who exactly Gabriel is. I know Andrew, and I think the audience had mentioned this, they wanted to hear Sarun interact more. If there's criticism to be said, definitely say it to me so that I can improve. If there's something I'm doing wrong, or if someone thinks I can do something better, or just general advice, please give me a criticism. By all means, it only makes me and everyone else better at whatever they're trying to do. But whenever I come into role-playing games, you know, I spend time with my character, acting out my character, thinking about how he would react to certain things. But that's the beauty in tabletop games, is that it's so unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. Neither does anyone else, the DM included, doesn't know what's going to happen. But so typically whenever I play the first session, even though I'm kind of getting the feel for it beforehand, it's still, personally for me, it takes me a while to kind of get into the shoes of the character I'm playing, just because I was, you know, talking into a mirror by myself, saying lines. Now I'm actually talking to another human being who has their own thoughts and minds, and then their characters have their own goals and own desires with that too. So personally, it takes me a little while to get into the shoes of Sarun, but don't worry, for next session I'll do a better job, and definitely you'll see a lot more of him. Going back to the immersion, it was a very immersive experience. I mean, Devin's world, he's got it down to the currency. It's got its own real name. It has its own nickname, what it looks like. Food, which was it's called a catch, which is kind of like he's called it basically like a hot pocket, but a lot better. So that was cool. Hear and read a little nursery rhyme that the citizens of Alderburn sing, and that was just really awesome experience. Really, you know, when someone goes that far to write up their own like lullabies and songs, I think that's just great. I love music as a person, and just to have that, you know, I still have it kind of stuck in my head. Today I was working at a clinic for school, and as I was walking down the halls, like I had the little lullaby stuck in my head, and I thought that was really awesome. Definitely keeps me thinking about the campaign in the back of my mind, and I really can't wait for our next session. Something else that I really enjoyed is Devin has this thing where we have what's called a legendary skill, and the way it works is basically if there's a NPC in the world who has done great things, you can roll your legendary stat to see what you may have read about him when you were like a younger person, a child, or growing up or whatever. And I really like that idea because personally, I'm a huge fan of stories. One of the reasons why I love playing D&D or role-playing games in general is to tell a great story. And just having stories within stories, I just think that's really awesome, and I really enjoy that a lot. Seeing Andrew's character find out about one of the NPCs we met, being reminded of all the epic things that this character had done, like strangling a troll with his bare hands, or throwing a rock further than a stone giant, and just seeing Andrew's character talk to this guy and just gush, it was just incredible, and it was awesome to watch. So again, I just want to thank Devin, thank you Andrew, and thank you Hark for having me in this campaign. So far, I'm greatly enjoying it, and I can't wait to see what's forward up in the Sinlyn Trials. Those of you who are watching this video, I appreciate you for watching. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a great week.